Yo, what's the deal, YouTube? Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment on what you think about this video. But today, what we're gonna talk about is relationships and health. I feel like this is a topic that it's talked about, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think people really understand how much relationships affect your health, you know, as a man, first and foremost, because that's what I am, you know what I'm saying, and I'm also understanding, and I know it affects women as well, depending on the type of partner you with. Everything, you know what I'm saying, is subjective. But these is conversations that I'm gonna speak from a man's perspective because I can't speak from a woman's perspective. But first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us men, we like to put the woman on the pedestal. So for instance, we forget about ourselves. We forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to make sure that we good emotionally, mentally, and you know, in these areas of life, because we're so focused on trying to make sure the woman is good. And through doing that, you lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you lose your self-identity. You don't know what makes you happy anymore because you're always trying to make another person happy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the main thing men gotta realize is, like, in a relationship is, one, you're losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important person that you got on this planet is yourself. Two, that could be, you know, the reason why she doing the stuff that she doing is because you losing yourself and you spending too much time trying to be up under her ass. You know what I'm saying? We men, as a man, we gotta get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? As a man, we do stuff on our terms. You know, you just gotta do it. You gotta do it how you feel is right. You know what I'm saying? As a man, and take and be a leader. You know, and not be a person that has to ask your woman. Where you gotta feel comfortable as a man. You gotta feel comfortable with the decision that you making based off of what your wife is saying or what her reaction is. Like, when you start living like that, bro, like, you living on eggshells and you not gonna be happy. Like, you're never gonna be happy because, let's just face it, women are full of estrogen. So they're gonna be up and down regardless. They're gonna be emotional regardless. So they can deny it all they want to, you know what I'm saying, but they're biologically wired to be that way. So as a man, that's why you got to have some kind of foundation for yourself when you're dealing with a woman, because if you don't, you're going to go up and down with her, you know what I'm saying, because you're supposed to be that stability, because that's just what she's designed to do. She got estrogen, we got testosterone. So those, you know, those are two different components, chemical components, and that makes you react completely different. So I think if more men understand that before you start dealing with women, as far as, like, you still got to get out there and you got to put the information to use. You still got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be a person that sit back and watch YouTube videos all fucking day, all week, but you not putting the work in. You know, because you will never truly understand. Like, you'll had a knowledge, but you won't have the wisdom. So you gotta really sit down. You gotta soak up all the information that you can get about the situation, about, firstly, yourself as a man, because you gotta put yourself. You gotta be a priority first, because if you putting women before you, you're gonna always be unhappy, and that's just real life. You know what I'm saying? I've done it, and society teaches us to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, every guy's done it. I feel like every guy's done it. Or you might have a few guys out here that got exposed to it a little earlier than, per se, like what I would have. And honestly, I'm just gonna say I've been exposed to it. You know, just like how reality is, as far as, like, for men. We're not even gonna talk about women, but for men, like, when you act a certain way with people, you get a certain reaction. I've been observant of that, but I never like it was like a state of delusion. Like I didn't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that. I feel like that's just being hard headed as a man. You know, being hard headed, but being firm about something. You know, like it's kind of like a catch-22, cause you firm about something. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like you firm about the wrong shit. But you know, I grew into it, and I feel like a big part of the reason that I grew into it is because I got away from women as far as like emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I just was no longer emotionally available when dealing with women, because I knew I cared more about myself first. You know what I'm saying? But now, after I did that, I'm completely, the way I see women is completely different now. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer like I'm still a work in progress. Like nobody's ever perfect. But if a woman do some off the wall stuff, or what as a man we would consider off the wall or irrational, like if a woman was to do something like that now, it would be like I expect that. You know what I'm saying? Like it could potentially still trigger me because I'm still working on myself, but it's not gonna ever trigger me enough to where I feel like I gotta do an action towards the female, or even let the female know that it bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Because it bothers me, but it don't bother me that much. It's because it's like I'm at a point now, like where it's like with women, I'm expecting certain things from them. Like I don't want to force my mind to think that way, but then at the same time, it's like, bro, that shit reality. You know, you can fight it all you want to, but it's, you know, certain things is just reality, and I've seen it because when you've dealt with a lot of women, you do see patterns. You know what I'm saying? You see they all do the same thing, and they really all say the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta realize they say it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? But it all be the same thing. They all do the same stuff, and that's why it's just like I can't be a dude that's sitting around here mad at women, because it's like, okay, obviously they got a nature too. Because us as men, we know we got a nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I know I got a nature. So when I'm looking at a woman, like I'm starting to see, and really I've been seeing it, I just didn't want to accept it. But now I've accepted that, okay, they just got a certain nature about them. It don't matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? They gonna do these certain particular things. And as a man, you gonna either do one. You gonna be a female about it and get in your emotions about it, or you gonna be a man and just be like, hey, she being a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a person that's like in trying to look for relationships and stuff, just be mindful that it'll deter you from trying to keep your health as a person for yourself up, because you're gonna spend so much energy and so much, you know, time trying to get he or she up. You know what I'm saying? But that's just food for thought, man. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and tell me, you know, give me a time where you had a relationship where you basically freaking sacrificed